Hey buddy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Cooking up some dinner for us. Thanks for having us over.
Yeah, the dogs for the kids are just about done. Our stuff's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking good.
It's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, good.
Hey, listen, man, I got a buddy that kind of cornered me the other day. He's got a growing business that's just going gangbusters, and he's got kind of a legacy ERP kind of accounting software system, and you know, it sort of kind of does what it does, but he really doesn't feel like it's giving him, you know, kind of the ability to compete with some of his competitors. They've got some newer systems, and he thinks they have an advantage. And I don't know if he's right or he's wrong, but I'd like to give him some good advice.
Classic problem. You know, compelling reasons for change in ERP, especially when you compare these to the traditional ERP solutions.
Yeah.
You know, let me give you a couple of topics and see if these work for you.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things, one thing that's challenging is most organizations today have the core in place.
Right.
So, you know, dealing with accounts payable and accounts receivable and general
Really the
ledger
accounting
and,
stuff, right?
Yeah, and even the inventory and the
Sure.
order
Okay,
processing
yeah,
and
yeah.
manufacturing software in general hasn't really changed. So going on the market, those feature sets on the market today are comparable to feature sets that have been on the market for years.
Okay.
More what we look for today is, you know, how does an organization build kind of this end-to-end solution, given the fact that they may have a mobile workforce, maybe have you know, different point systems that come to play. So a couple of things that maybe I'd point you down. One, look for something in the product today that's device independent. And by that,
you're giving me a list. Can I have your napkin?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. So device independence.
So the reason for that, Brian, is that, you know, many organizations, they have a mobile workforce. They might have a workforce that's in different offices.
Yep.
They have workforce with people working on laptops, iPads, smartphones.
Sure.
They need an application that can scale to whatever device and be used by that device wherever they're located.
So people can kind of pick up the information where they're at. They're not really attached to the office that much anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
Second thing that I would look for is, because most organizations have built systems that have kind of different systems in place that might have manual steps that need to be performed. They're looking for ways to be much more efficient as an organization. So they're often looking for ways to put automation into areas that weren't automated
I was looking for
before.
the point there, automation.
And I would look for solutions today that have an automation engine.
Yep.
Often that automation engine is rules-based. We can build rules that if this happens, automate this task, perform this function. Sometimes those functions don't have to be core functions of the software. They can be functions outside of the software.
So it's almost kind of like a workflow.
Exactly like a workflow.
Yep, yeah.
A third key thing that I'd look for is, you know, an organization that keeps, an application that keeps the organization informed. We would use the term like a notification engine, an alerts system, an approval engine. Simple things that people are familiar with might be, if I'm a product distributor and I ship a product, I want to notify my customer that product shipped, and I often want to notify them via email, but it may be more complicated than that. Maybe something like, you know, if a customer places an order in this geographic region and that order is over a certain dollar value, alert the territory manager.
So messaging of key events to key personnel.
Exactly. Keeping everybody informed.
Yeah, driving the business, right?
Yeah, and then the last thing I think would be more of a technical feature, something I'd use the term SOA.
Oh, service-oriented architecture.
Yeah, service-oriented architecture.
That's like breadbasket for me.
Well, and you and I could talk, we can talk probably a different time on that one, because that one we could talk for hours on. But one of the advantages of a service-oriented architecture is it lets us take different pieces of software that might be really strategic and point to the organization and use that bus strategy, SOA strategy, for connecting those applications. Again, more technical, but I think a key feature of an end-to-end solution that really starts to differentiate, you know, why would somebody change?
Yeah, it's really one complete application, one complete system. Yeah. And really there's no application silos that exist.
Yeah. Those are 4 points. Let me see the list.
Yeah, there you go. My chicken scratch is bad, man.
Yeah, I think this is a good list. I mean, if you had, if your client looked for applications that are device independent, allowing that mobile workforce to really be connected, an automation engine that could make the organization much more efficient, build rules-based automation logic, notification alert approval system, and then one fundamentally built on a service-oriented architecture.
Yeah, sounds good. That sounds great. I think,
how's lunch coming? Yeah, you can have that.